Hey, what's up, everybody? Brotrio here, and we're at it again, doing another Whatcha Playing Powwow, the series where we just, pretty much sit back and talk about what we've been playing recently. I've been playing Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and I am loving it. So, Pikmin 3 Deluxe is really just more of the same. It's Pikmin 3 from the Wii U, but most people didn't buy a Wii U, so they didn't get to experience this great game, and a lot of people aren't that into Pikmin. It's not the biggest franchise ever, but those who love it are hella dedicated to loving it. And
if anything can bring it out into the forefront, it's going to be the Switch.
Yeah, and it's basically getting, it's got the name in it, the deluxe treatment from the Wii U to the Switch, where they pretty much take the game from Wii U and just polish it up a little bit, put a few more bells and whistles, maybe some extra shit in there, and put it on the Switch, and it's great.
They added an ability or something like that called Charge, didn't they? I heard something like that.
That's been in there since, Pikmin 1.
Yeah. Or improved it or something. I don't know. I heard something was different about Charge this time.
You have an arrow. I don't know if you had one in the original, but... you can charge if you want. Charge is basically easy mode. I try not to do it as much because, it just sends all your pick. Oh, I think it might be new now. If it's not new, let me know in the comments. But Charge now only sends forth the squad of the color Pikmin you have selected. So it's not all 100 of them, but it'll be 20 red Pikmin.
Yeah, I heard it was a little more refined or something, something like that, but I'm not a big Pikmin fan, so I'm not sure quite what that is. I'm still going to play Pikmin 3. It looks delightful.
It is delightful. It's as beautiful as it's ever been, and it's so much fun managing to get fruit between 3 captains. They added in some new stuff, too, that is pretty fun. It's basically mission mode. So, for those of you that don't know, mission mode, you can have several options, and it's either gathering stuff, fighting enemies, I think there's a fourth one I'm forgetting, and then fighting bosses. But, the original...
Like a boss rush?
No, just fighting the bosses, but... The original had DLC where it was holiday mission modes and stuff, so the deluxe one comes with all that. But the best new thing they added is Olimar actually has a side story, and it's somewhat lengthy too. So you unlock it as you progress through the story. I think you unlock the first side mission about halfway, and then you unlock the second one after you beat it. And it's basically, the first one is showing how Olimar pretty much got to be where he is in Pikmin 3. And if you haven't played, spoilers, but it's Pikmin, so who really cares about this story that much? But basically, the Plasm Wraith captures Olimar, because it is...
The what?
The Plasm Wraith. It's this gold, goopy monster that is, in love with Olimar, and captures him. So, it's gold, so Olimar is drawn to it because him and Louis and the president, they're all about money. So he sees gold and he goes after it. But the Plasm Wraith kidnaps Olimar, and then the Copites, Alf, Charlie, and Brittany, all land on Earth, or PNF 742 or whatever the code name is.
Copites?
Okay, so, since you don't know, they're Copites. They're not Hokatations, or whatever you call them.
Yeah, isn't it kind of like Supergirl? How
it's
she's
exactly like Supergirl.
The neighbor planet.
Yeah, so there's, I think it's pronounced Hokatate, where Olimar, Louis, and the President are from. But there's a very close planet called Kopai, and it's similar. They just have money, but they are running out of food. And Hokatate is the opposite. They don't have money, but they need food.
That seems like they overcomplicated it.
But
yeah, they should just share between planets, but that's not fun.
No, you gotta it's real-time stakes in Pikmin 3 because you're the saviors of your planet. And you're landing, and then something goes haywire, and you get drawn onto Earth. I'm just going to call it Earth from now on. And you never find out what went wrong to make you fall onto Earth. But it's just a lot of fun managing red Pikmin, rock Pikmin, flying Pikmin, yellow Pikmin, blue Pikmin the whole time, because there's certain, like, water puzzles and fire puzzles, electric puzzles, crystal puzzles, and then the flying Pikmin, I think, were a little underutilized.
They're the cutest one.
They are one of my favorites. Yeah. I still don't know what my favorite Pikmin is. It's either flying or rock, I think. Of all time. Rock Pikmin. I love the yellow Pikmin too, but the rock Pikmin were just really cool.
Yeah, because I remember that from the Wii U. I didn't beat the game, but I got a decent amount into it. I really liked the rock Pikmin puzzles.
They really open up the mechanics of the game too, because since they're made out of rock, using the charge ability is nowhere near as effective as tossing them at the things, and they don't latch onto it because their rock bodies are bigger than their arms, so they can't hold on to it. So they just hit it, and then they fall off, and they'll either get back in line or just sit there until you go pick them up. Because Pikmin are morons, and half the time they walk into fire, water, and electricity that they'll die from.
Yeah.
But rock Pikmin are really cool. The flying Pikmin are... they could use some more puzzles, and I honestly think they could use a buff in the damage department, because they're, like, super weak, but they're really good at air combat, and almost the exact opposite of the rock Pikmin, where it's better to throw them. The flying Pikmin, it's better to make them charge, because they're all in the air anyway, so you can throw them and put them in place. But if you just hit charge, they just all fly at them.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I'd imagine it's like a swarm of locusts, just like all up on those bulbs and stuff.
It's more like bees.
It's still bad.
But yeah, they all swarm it. I wish they were flying around, hitting it the whole time, but they more or less just fly right up against it and bash it with their little leaf. The best, though, is... God, I forget what it's called. But you fight these little, like, bee hummingbird things, and there's a lot of tiny ones flying in the air, and the best is to stick the flying Pikmin on them, because then they are all flying around and doing aerial combat, and it's really cool to watch. But, oh, man, I got off topic. The Olimar missions, the first one shows you how he got captured, and then you leave, and, like, you beat the game, and there's a cliffhanger at the end after the Pikmin are done singing the credits and everything, and it just shows, yeah, it does it in every game. It shows this,
been
like,
a while. I beat
shooting
the first two,
star comet thing land in the background, and then all the Pikmin, like, get surprised and go after it. And you find out that's actually Olimar, because his ship got ruined in the events of Pikmin 3. So the Copites gave him and Louie a ride home because they're right next to the planet. So he gets home, and his president's just like, that ship's expensive. You gotta go get it.
That is awesome.
That president is such an asshole.
He's so funny, though, because he's, like, ugly as shit, but Olimar
doesn't he have, like, bald but, like, spiked up hair or something?
He's got, like, 3 hairs, and that's it.
Like, he's Mr. Spacely.
Kind of, but,
Spacely Sprocket. He's an asshole.
And nastier. And, but Olimar goes back to get him, and this is where it's really like mission mode, because every mission of Olimar's, you do it in separate days, and you either have predetermined onions on the field, so you can only have certain amounts of Pikmin. They're called onions. The Pikmin houses.
I know what it is, but it just cracks me up.
But every now and then, you won't have any onions, so you only have a predetermined amount of Pikmin. And those levels were some of the best ever. And if you do good enough and get it, all the, like, do it in enough time and get everything done, you get medals based on your rank. So you have to get a bronze medal to get to the next day. But if you get a silver medal, it's one of the funniest things ever because you get to hear the president make this noise. And that noise just, is my main drive to get a platinum medal. I didn't care about getting it. I wanted to hear him make that noise again. And the first half of the missions are really easy. I platinumed almost all of them on the first try. But the second half is where it gets hard, and they really start doing the limited Pikmin thing and making you split up and do shit with Louie. But the final boss of the Olimar section was one of my favorite. It's by far my favorite addition to Pikmin 3 Deluxe. And the final battle is not one, but two of those big-ass spiders. And you have a set amount of Pikmin to fight them. It got to the point where they kept stomping on my Pikmin and killing them. So all I had left was rock Pikmin. And you can't throw rock Pikmin very high to hit those damn spiders. So I had to wait until they were like squatting down about to attack me, and then I just pelted them with rock Pikmin, and I would kill one, and then I just had to try to kill the other one. And one's hairy and the other's not. So you gotta knock the hair off the hairy one's joints to knock the hair off his face so you can hurt him anyways. It's Pikmin, Scotty.
You're shaving a spider before you can hurt it?
Yes, you have to shave the spider. And the hairy spider also, I don't think it was like this in the regular game with the other hairy spiders, but this one has like really wide feet. So it's hard to like get your Pikmin out of his feet. So he'll stomp him, and he'll stomp him dead.
Stuck in his toes, or like?
No, he's got like paddle feet.
Oh, okay. Get him out of the way. I see what you're saying.
He just
except rock Pikmin. Rock Pikmin just go into the ground because they're tough boys.
Thick boys.
But that was my Pikmin 3 experience. If you haven't played Pikmin 3, I highly recommend getting it on the Switch. It's filled with color, whimsy, and exploration. I had a smile on my face almost the entire time playing it, except when my Pikmin would die from like that mountain with the tongue that came alive and killed him.
Oh, Pikmin.
That thing has a funny name. I'm gonna put it up here, but I forgot what it was. But it killed almost all of them. I almost got an extermination fighting this thing, because it's this round circle with like a fruit on top of its head that's coated in crystal, obviously, and he's got like 4 legs, and his toes are like white and puffy, like the imprisoned from Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword.
Okay.
So you have to hit his toes to like get him to like fall down, so you can break crystal on his head and start hitting him in the face. But you're also fighting him in a muddy marsh. So anytime he takes a step, there's a pool of water. So if you don't have blue Pikmin going after his feet, your Pikmin start drowning. So you got to keep whistling at them so they'll get out of the water. And then when you're fighting his fruit head, since he has this circle on top, it's a circle mouth, he sticks his tongue out and licks all the way around his head. And if you don't get your Pikmin out of the way, he eats them. And he can eat like 50 Pikmin at a time if you're not careful. Yeah, it happened to me. It was almost exactly 50 whenever he like licked the first time, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm about to lose. I had to get my other captains to go back to the Onion and get more Pikmin. It was.
Can you direct them, or you had to control them?
Yeah, you can direct them. Well,
awesome!
It has a great feature where it's the Go Here feature. So you can swap between captains, and then you just like hit select and go to the map, and then you pick a cursor, and if they can go there, you just say go here, and then they just automatically do it.
Do the captains have different attributes from each other?
Nope.
Or anything? Oh, because that'd be the beefy one, Charlie. Is that his name?
Yeah.
That'd be cool if he could like throw them farther, so he could like lob rock Pikmin.
I wish there was a little more depth.
Yeah, like Charlie could lob rock Pikmin as far as regular Pikmin or something. Like, that would be cool if they had their separate abilities, but...
I wish, but maybe in Pikmin 4 we'll get
maybe.
That. 4 captains.
I just hope Pikmin 4 the purple and white Pikmin come back in the main campaign. Because they're in some of the mission mode missions, but they're not in the main campaign, and I miss them.
I didn't think they were in 3 at all.
Pikmin fusions. That's what's happening in Pikmin 4. Red Rock Pikmin, blue flying Pikmin. Awesome. That's an awesome idea,
Why
Nintendo.
would they need to fly and be water resistant?
Because it's raining.
Okay.
All right, Aaron, you're next.
On that note, I've been trying to make a few runs through Dead Cells again because the Barrel of Fun update came out. I'm all about Dead Cells. I don't know. That's like my in-between game. It's my I can't decide what I'm playing game. I just load that up, try a couple of times, die, get mad, and do something else. But this Barrel of Fun update added a new level, the Distillery, which is the next to last level, so you have an alternate now between that and the super hard castle.
Hang on. What? It just added one level?
Yes.
It's a roguelike.
Yeah, it added a level, and there's a bunch of brand new enemies in that level. But, yeah, each major update just adds, like, one level at a time.
Those are the free ones, though.
And the paid one.
The paid one only added one level?
Well, it added a level and a boss.
But why only one? Because
it's a lot of work, probably. I don't know.
That just seems like you can get through it really quickly.
Doesn't it add in more weapons and stuff, too?
Yeah. You get more weapons and clothes.
Okay, explain roguelike to me.
So it's basically you die and then you start over from the beginning.
So if you don't die, you just blow through it in like 15 minutes.
Run.
Yeah, not 15. I think the fastest is probably speedrunners have done ridiculous stuff, but it's probably about 20, 25.
Normally, okay, so it's just like really hard and that's why it's only one?
That's if you're booking it. I'm very careful because I don't want to die.
Okay.
So each run normally takes me about an hour.
Okay, and it's like randomly generated?
Yeah. Yeah, like the level's randomly generated and they just fill it up with enemies. You try your best to survive and you have a lot of unlockable permanent items that come up later. Like every time you unlock a new item, it adds it to the rotation. So you can get like a new weapon to play with at the beginning of the game next run, maybe. And there's a lot of outfits and stuff. They added a new weapon called the barrel launcher that's really fun. It does a critical hit if the barrel has bounced off of a wall.
The Barrel of Fun.
Yeah. And there's a lot of barrel-themed enemies, but it makes sense because it's a distillery. Like, there's one enemy that you'll walk by a barrel and then it'll just come to life and it's a bomb and it's going to blow up if you don't get out of there or kill it fast enough. And that was not a good surprise. The first time I came to that level, I died and had to go start over again.
Kind of like a mimic?
Yeah, it's like that Tongue
it's a
Mountain.
And actually, what the new levels do, though, is adds a new pathway option. Because it's kind of like Star Fox or something like that, where like certain locations can only go to certain other locations. So if you're trying to unlock a certain item from an enemy that's like in the graveyard, you have to go a certain way to get to the graveyard.
Well, where my mind was at, like if I bought the Witcher 3 DLC and it was just like one monster, I'd be pretty mad. That's why I was wait, one?
Well, it's a huge, one run you basically fight 3 bosses.
Okay.
But now you can choose, if you have the giant DLC, you have multiple choices for the first and second boss. I believe you have 2 for the third, but I can't remember how that lines up. But having an alternate next to last stage helps a lot. And I've been doing it on difficulty number 3. I'm trying to get that 4 so then I can start over again and do 5. And then after you get to 5, there's like a whole other level at the end, like a post-game.
Oh my god. No wonder you put like 300 hours into it or whatever.
It's getting there.
I don't know what it was last time I looked at your profile, but it's a lot.
But a secondary game I've been playing, because I got bored of that after 2 times, because I was like, nah, I like the distillery, but it's hard. So I wanted something easy going, and luckily, Scotty recently bought Part-Time UFO, and I already beat it. It's really fun.
I've not played it yet. I'm tired of buying new games. He just logs into mine, downloads all my games and I haven't played like most of them because I'm just like, that's on sale. Hollow Knight, that's the best example. You beat the crap out of that game.
I loved Hollow Knight.
I did not. I mean, I did, but when I was done kind of thing. Like, I have no desire to go back. I just had my fun with it, and it's over.
And really, Part-Time UFO is way more fun than it should be, because if you sum it up quickly, you're just stacking random objects. But, like, certain stages, it's just like you're going fishing, so you have to go over the water, grab a fish with your claw, bring it back to the boat, and rinse and repeat. There's different, like, obstacles in your way sometimes.
Are the fish cubes? How do you stack them?
No, almost nothing's cubes. You have to try to stack it well.
Oh, God.
Like, most things, you bump it and it'll roll off. Like, there's one level where you have to build a totem pole.
Oh,
and
neat.
It sucks. I hated that level so much.
Please tell me it's real animals, like you have to get a cow and put a lion on top of it?
No, but you could do that. If a level had animals in it, you can stack stuff. Like, I know there's one where you have to help the high school cheerleaders make the pyramid or whatever.
Oh, man, I saw you doing that. It's a weird-looking people.
And they're shaped... They're all, like, stuck in their, like, whatever pose they're doing. So you have to be careful how you stack them or they're not going to stack up right. And you have little bonus things, like I know on that one, if you can get above, like, 3.5 meters, you get a bonus, like... Basically, it's a pay increase if you hit certain goals. Like, I know there was one with a toy box, and if you could fit all of the toys in the toy box, you got extra points.
Okay.
But for the most part, like, it'll be like 5 to 8 things like on the field, but there's only like 4 that have to be in the stack.
Oh, okay.
And so like a lot of the other stuff is optional.
There's a bare minimum, and then there's like you do more and you get paid more.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's a part-time UFO, what is he the rest of the time?
Just a regular UFO, I guess.
Okay.
He's got a lot of part-time jobs.
Ah, okay.
But
I thought a little man came out or something like that.
Oh, no. You just... and what you do with the money from those jobs is you can buy cosmetics.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of, like, random and cute and funny outfits. Like,
he showed me the bee one.
Yeah, the bee's my favorite because he just turns yellow, has stripes, and, like, little wings coming out of the back.
And his wings are fluttering the whole time, like a bee's.
And some of them actually do effects. Like, the ninja outfit makes your movement speed faster.
Oh.
But they don't straight up tell you what they do.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to try to look up a list or something to see, because I've been unlocking stuff. I know, like, the postman outfit, you get, like, less box sway or something like that. I take it back. There are some boxes sometimes. Or, like, a few times there will be, like, a basket type thing that you have to put the other stuff in.
Okay. That's cool. That sounds fun.
And
it sounded fun when I bought it. I was like, it's $9, but what do I care if it's not good?
Tell Scotty about the ending.
Yeah. The ending surprised the hell out of me. There's a boss fight.
What?
It's a, like, 4-stage boss fight at the end.
Was it good?
Actually, yeah. Like, compared to... I mean, not, like, compared to Gears of War bosses or anything like that, but... for that game, it was a very well done boss. Because...
What is the boss?
Well, first, like... I don't know why this is just, like, randomly the last page of your, like, to-do list. You just go to the moon, and you fight these... There's these starfish things that are shooting laser beams at you.
Well, of course.
And if you pick one up, it gets, like, little arrows underneath it, and if you drop it, it, like, shoots in that direction. So you use them as weapons to kill it themselves.
That sounds kind of awesome.
It is. Like, you feel a little bad because they're, like, screaming and, like, crying and stuff when you pick them up.
Oh, God.
And then you throw them into each other and they explode. But then this big, like... This is going to sound really dumb, but it's It's like a tank with a huge head.
Oh.
Like it's a bobblehead.
Tank. I was about to say, I already talked about that tongue mountain.
And it just comes out. It's got a,
This is the weird boss episode, because I got some stuff to talk about with BugSnax.
I think it has one regular arm and one ball and chain arm. And it'll open its mouth sometimes and spit out the stars.
Okay.
And it's got like a glass dome on its head, so you have to use the stars to break the glass dome. And then the little guy underneath the dome is just like, ah, crap, and then ducks down, and then like a metal plate covers it up. And then you have to get him to swing his like ball and chain arm, and then you grab that with the claw and use that to like break through the metal.
That sounds awesome.
And then at the end, I can't remember what you do. Like, I can't remember the third phase right now. And then the fourth, you do like it's a really easy phase. You just get over the top and pull him out of the mech, and then you put him in jail on the moon, and that's the end.
Okay. That sounds like a fun game.
Yeah, it was really fun. Like, it only took me like Saturday and Sunday to beat, just playing off and on.
So what, like 5-7 hours maybe?
Yeah.
If that.
I'm still working. I'm like 2/3 of the way through the costumes, because some of them cost a lot of money. But there's a hard mode of each mission too.
Oh.
So that's an easy way to, where I haven't had to farm any money yet. I'm just still doing new things. It's just like harder versions of the old things.
Cool.
Well, I had to take notes because BugSnax is a little wild. It's a lot. There's 100 BugSnax. It's a little like Pokemon, except you feed people like if you feed people Pokemon and they turn into the Pokemon.
Right.
It was a bit of a wholesome nightmare. That is a pretty accurate description of BugSnax. Not a nightmare gameplay-wise. It was delightful. It was kind of like Pikmin.
Yeah,
like
it looked real chill.
Like vibe-wise, it's a chill, cute, good time like Pikmin, until it's not. And I'll get to that. I'm gonna get my cons out of the way. I don't have many. Missions got a bit repetitive. Way too many palette swaps, but they were still cute. Like barbecue bacon bunger. That's funny. And
the names crack me up.
In the desert, there's a loaded Spuddy that has like sour cream and shit. There's a little potato stag beetle. That's pretty much my only two real big issues with it. Is like half of them seem to be palette swaps. I didn't count or anything like that. It's a lot though. But like my pros far outweigh that. It's very weird and charming and quirky. Most of the characters I liked. They were very well done and had at least some aspect of them were charming. There's like 2 or 3 that I hate. Every name was a bug pun or a snack pun or both, and that was great. Every bug snack just about is cute. But I knew something was up when I started seeing skeletons everywhere.
That's not a good sign.
There are Grumpus skeletons. Grumpus are the walrus people in the game.
Okay.
All over this island. There are cave paintings of them worshipping BugSnax and all kinds of weird stuff. And I thought it was just going to be weird stuff just to be weird stuff and not really amount to much. Kind of like the first trailer, how the monster formed out of all the different BugSnax and lunged at the camera. I was like, oh, there's the tinge of weird, like, creepiness here.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get to all that later. I'm going to get some stuff out of the way. The bestiary being called the Bugopedia really put a smile on my face. I thought it was weird that they mentioned that the BugSnax have no organs and dissolve when you try to cook them. We
would have had that question otherwise.
Yeah, it's just what the...
Because a lot of them...
What is a BugSnax? And we find out what BugSnax are. We find out... you're not going to expect it.
I haven't gotten there yet. And I've been playing for like 2 hours. It's been fun.
Oh, I platinumed it. I'm done at everything. I've seen the monster from the trailer a few times, but every time I try to scan it, it falls apart and runs away. It's odd. I was just like, oh, he's just lurking.
That doesn't have anything to do with the platinum.
It does.
Oh.
But, Chandlo, one of my favorites. So you get him later, he's like a muscle guy, he says bro all the time. But he's not just like superficial like that, he's like... They all have like a fear. at least one fear that is like relatable. Like he's always afraid of never being strong enough. Chandlo, that kind of thing. Filbo's afraid of failure. Same with Wombus. They're afraid of failure. Cromdo, that's the Danny DeVito character. Cromdo Face. He's great. He's funny. He's a sleazy businessman. But when you talk to him about it, and like Beffica, I don't like Beffica at all. She's like this gossip chick, like used to run a gossip column kind of thing.
She's your typical Valley girl, basically. You would expect.
They make her a little deeper, but like she just sucks. She was mean to Filbo. I love Filbo. So right off the bat, I was like, Beffica, you asshole. But Cromdo probably had the line that made me the most sad.
Man, I wish we knew all their full names. That would throw everything off for Aaron.
Yeah. Wigglebottom, I think is her name or something.
Like,
it's like a kid's cartoon kind of shit,
like
but it deals with real issues.
Snort or something weird.
And every single one of these people gets better by the end of this game and starts dealing with their issues. But the thing that Cromdo did that made me sad was when you ask him why he is the way he is, he's like, you think I enjoy this? I hate being like this, but I've tried to play it straight. This is the only way I can get ahead. And then you ask him something else, and he's just like, look, I wasn't born rich. I can't afford to be happy. I was like, God damn, wow. Cromdo? What the f***? Yeah, every BugSnax is a puzzle. I loved that about the game. You find out that if you get...
Wait, how are they puzzles?
Like, you gotta... There's like... The Shisker bugs are the one that I could think of. If they see you, they'll go hide in the bush. And then
so you have to figure out how to catch them?
Yeah, you gotta squirt ketchup on the bush and get a bunger to charge into it, and then they knock out the Shishka bug, and then you can go catch it.
Not all of them are complex or anything, but every one of them has a little puzzle to it. You have to figure out how to... Some of them are too big or too violent for the cage, so you have to knock them out first and stuff like that. If they're on fire, you have to put the fire out because they'll burn through the cage. That kind of crap. But it was pretty fun figuring all of them out when you didn't know what to do. Like I said, a lot of palette swaps, so you knew what to do a lot of the time. Like flaming Cheepoofs, same as a Cheepoof, you just got to put out the fire. But I loved using the gadgets in tandem. I didn't know how well that worked. Like the launcher, you launch the trap, that's the simplest one. But you get the little hamster ball with the strap.
I never thought to launch the trap.
That's how you catch Cheepoofs.
I've been trying to hit them with rocks.
You idiot. No, you just launch the trap at them and
shit.
And hit the trigger and trap them.
Man, I can't wait to do that.
But there's a little hamster ball with a Strabby in it that you get, or Strabby. It should be Strabby.
Yeah, I don't know why they say Strabby.
But you get a little hamster ball and you guide him with a laser pointer to tell him where to go. I was in the desert, and there's a tripwire that you get, but you can't stick it to sand or snow or grass or whatever. So I found a rock, and I stuck it to that. I had nothing to stick it to, and I was trying to trap this pancake monster that can make tornadoes.
What?
Yeah, he's pancakes, and he crawls around. His legs are bacon, and he crawls around. When he gets mad, he starts spinning his bacon wings, and then makes tornadoes.
Oh my god, what is it called?
When you said pancake monster, I was thinking I think
I wrote... I didn't write it down. I forget what it's called. It's like... I'm not even going to try. But there's a waffle version too, but with sausages. And he's on the... But they do water spouts. But, okay, so... I rolled my little hamster ball out there because there was nothing to latch onto, and he was coming. I sucked the suction cup to it, not knowing if it worked. I was like, cool, it worked. When he hit the tripwire, he got knocked out like normal, and I got a trophy. You get a trophy for tripping him like that using the hamster ball. I was like, oh, cool. I was just doing something. It's like... So it's like very...
That's awesome. I love when a game just lets you play around
very mild.
Rewards you for it.
Yeah.
Very, very mild Breath of the Wild kind of stuff with
that's what I've
experimentation.
noticed so far when how far I've gotten into it. It's very... It doesn't hold your hand or tell you what to do. It just lets you figure it out.
But I really liked most of the characters and fixing their real adult issues from these cartoon kids movie walruses that eat bugs that are shaped like sandwiches and turn into a sandwich. They have these real relatable issues like existentialism, Cromdo with his moral issue, marriages. You fix a few marriages and several relationships. You fix a relationship between two brothers that can't stand each other. It's all kinds of stuff. I want to go through the characters real quick. Grambles, he's okay. He's not one of my favorites. He loves BugSnax as he calls them kin, and
he's the hick.
He's the hick.
Like a hippie hick.
Shelda is the worst. Stupid, annoying hippie. She's like Wiggle. You know Wiggle, but instead of singing everything, she just shouts. Like she does this like shaman talk, and she'll just be like talks in riddles kind of thing. But she's just like, the bugs are snacks, and she just takes forever to say anything. She's the worst. The only good thing about her is one of her missions is called The Legend of Shelda. That's like it. That. Snorpy's an annoying inventor, but he's Chandler's boyfriend, so I learned to love him. Floofty. Oh no, he's Chandler's boyfriend. I'm sorry. Floofty is Snorpy's brother. And they're both science people, but like Floofty's more on the biology side, trying to figure out how BugSnax ticks, and he figured out they can regrow limbs.
Oh, okay.
Like if you eat a BugSnax and set it to his leg, he was missing a leg, it would grow his leg back, but only in BugSnax form.
Wow.
And like at the end of the game, when the BugSnax were wearing off,
the walrus thing's legs.
Yeah, his leg was gone, but you can BugSnax it. But at the end of the game, after the BugSnax wore off, his peg leg was back, so it's not a permanent solution. Triffany's kind of whatever. She's just Wambus's wife. Wambus, to me, was kind of whatever. I know you love him.
I love Wambus.
I know. He's just a cowboy guy. It's like, whatever.
He's like, look here. I'm a simple ketchup farmer trying to sustain this island since we can't get the BugSnax anymore.
I thought he was funny at first, and then he was just kind of whatever.
It's just so funny that he started farming ketchup to survive. And then Philbo's just like, why are you farming ketchup? Are we just gonna eat ketchup? And he's like, you ain't eating no BugSnax! You're gonna eat this ketchup!
Wiggle sucks because she won't stop singing, but her issues are real. She's a one-hit wonder pop star, very afraid of falling into obscurity. And that's why she's there trying to find inspiration to not be forgotten as a one-hit wonder.
Wow.
The stuff like that. Cromdo, we've been over him. Beffica, been over him. Philbo's great. Love Philbo. He's always positive. Messes up all the time, but always comes at it with a smile on his face, trying to do better. He's great.
So, I have a question. Is what Beffica said about Philbo true, that he doesn't even like BugSnax, he just wants to fit in?
It never really goes over that.
Okay. But I don't know if she was just talking shit, or if it was real.
I didn't run into anything like that, but Elizabeth, she's the main goal. You gotta find Elizabeth and interview her, figure out what's going on with these BugSnax. She's fine. You don't interact with her much. I mean, that's about it.
Mega thing.
Same with her girlfriend Eggabell. You don't really interact with her much, but they're fine. They don't bother me. It's just they're not there much. Then we get into the boss fights. There are four
boss fights in this.
4 boss fights in BugSnax. 2 of them I liked. The first one was Mama Melon. She's a big old watermelon, and she's chill. She doesn't do anything until you attack her little melon babies, and then she gets pissed and charges at you. So you have to direct her to charge into something, knock herself out, use this grappling hook that you get to knock a stalactite on her until she gets knocked out and is small enough to catch, because she keeps breaking into different sized watermelon pieces when you smash her.
Oh.
Then you catch her, feed her to Cromdo, and he turns into a watermelon.
So can she, like, reform?
No.
Okay, so she's broken for good.
Yeah. My least favorite one is Mega Maki. One of the best designed BugSnax in the game, though. He's this giant sea serpent sushi roll. He's awesome looking. Fighting is bad. All you do is use the tripwire, and he falls apart, and it's like the fucking ghost in Wind Waker, the big fat ghost, and you gotta catch all his little sushi pieces until it's just his head, and then you can catch his head. But he moves very slowly, and the entire time he's just saying his name. They all say their names like Pokemon, but the entire time, over and over, no breaks in between, he's just sitting there, Mega Maki. So annoying.
Wow.
Annoying, not a fun fight. Daddy Cake Legs. Daddy Cake Legs is pretty much the same, but he had a little cool twist where you have to put the tripwire in a fire and shoot the tripwire and hit his candles. And when you light his candles, he starts breaking apart. The best one by far was the best one by far was Mothza Supreme. Mothza Supreme was a legitimately good boss fight. Really good design.
Oh, that's the one you showed me with the cave paintings.
Yeah, they were worshiping it.
Not only that, Mothza Supreme is the reason you are like.
Yeah, it was a little revenge
hits
mission
you,
too.
Like in your little like balloon boat. Like it knocks you out of the sky.
So I think.
Oh, okay.
I'll get into it more. I think Mothza Supreme is kind of the island's guardian, though. Like that's what it seems like because they're worshiping it.
They are worshiping.
Well, guardian, I say it's a guard. We'll get into it, but I love the design. Really love the name because it's a Mothra reference. And what you do to fight Mothza is you place your launcher in this idol, and it makes him mad. And all these statues come up that are holding pizza slicers, and you have to launch these BugSnax that explode at him. And when he explodes and falls, you go and hit the pizza slicers with your grappling hook, and the statues just chop him.
No!
And you just cut him to pieces until he's small enough to capture. So Mothza Supreme is great, but now we're getting into where this wholesome, cute game turns into a straight nightmare. So, turns out the BugSnax are an eldritch horror hive mind.
Okay.
The entire island is a BugSnax.
What?
The entirety of Snacktooth is a BugSnax. So the BugSnax coming out of the ground are all part of the same whole. It's a massive hive mind.
What is it?
When you eat them, you turn into them. They are slowly taking over your body and mind, and you're going to become one. They do this. They do this very patiently and very slowly, and make you addicted to them, so that you will slowly become one of them, and add to their ranks.
Wow!
It got real dark, real quick.
What's the island BugSnax? Is it anything, or
it's just the hive mind? It does. It's not really doesn't really have a form.
I didn't know if it was like a big old piece of chocolate.
When you find Elizabeth,
I think it's just Lisbeth.
Lisbeth Megafig. When you find her, you're in the final mission, right? And you find out all these things about when she went missing. Eggabell wanted to prove that she could keep up with Lisbeth. So they went on an adventure. During an earthquake, they both fell off a cliff. Eggabell kind of like landed somewhere down the cliff a little ways. Lisbeth kept falling, and according to Eggabell, the ground opened up and swallowed her.
Oh, wow.
So you go to where she disappeared. An earthquake comes, the ground opens up and swallows you, Filbo, and Eggabell. And while you're in there, you can take a picture of the Sasquatch and get a trophy. Or the Snack Squatch is what they call it.
Oh.
But as you get deeper into the cave, you find Filbo, can't find Eggabell. You find this central area with like hundreds of BugSnax in like bleachers, basically. Like rock seats. They're just sitting there.
No.
And they're surrounding this big thing that you can't quite see yet. And I was like, oh shit. And then the Snack Squatch and a bunch of like bungers and stuff start charging at you. I was like, and then you hear Lisbeth go, let them pass. I was like, what the Lisbeth became a BugSnax, but rather than join the hive mind, she managed to power through and keep control of herself so she could control the other BugSnax.
Oh, so
the
she
Snack
became
Squatch,
the queen?
Kind of. But it's not, she doesn't have it very well under control. The reason the Snack Squatch was coming around and terrorizing the Grumpuses, she's trying to scare everyone away. She's trying to get everyone off because she is about to lose control. It's like a thread about to break, and then the BugSnax are loose to do whatever they want. So Lisbeth, the way she looks, is an amalgamation of all the bosses. So she's a daddy cake legs. She's a giant.
Pizza,
she's a giant
watermelon.
I didn't see the watermelon anywhere. I'm sure it's there, but she's a giant cake with pizza wings. And when she comes down to talk to you, it's like a tentacle of like sushi coming down, and she's like hanging out of the top, and she's like, "Why'd you come here?" and all this creepy, weird crap. And then explained that's when we learned the BugSnax were a hive mind. And she said, as soon as she hit the ground, BugSnax were like forcing their way into her mouth to take her over, and all this ridiculousness. So I guess they're not always patient. And then Eggabell showed up, and she was like, Lisbeth, and all this stuff, and she was like, "Egg, you got to get out of here with everybody." And she just like jumped into the cake, and then came down on her own tentacle. So they're like this weird tentacle food monster together.
Oh wow.
And then they were like, just come back with us. We can figure it out. We can take you home. And she was like, no, as soon as I leave this cave, I'm going to lose control. The only reason I'm able to keep control is because she's basically at the center of the island. And
so she would just walk around saying sushi, pizza, cake.
Yeah.
The whole time. That's it. That was what would happen. She'd just be a mindless bug snack.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I didn't know if you meant lose control of herself or of the bug snacks.
So she forces the volcano to start erupting on the island.
Does it erupt lava or like pizza sauce?
I think it's lava. It never really went over it, and then she launched me and Philbo out of the cave, and we had to get back to the village and get everyone out because we were booking it. We're getting out of there. Lisbeth said, "There's no hope for me. Just leave me," and we were listening. So it was time to go from this nightmare food-queued island. And when we get to the village, she wasn't that well in control. BugSnax were attacking. So, what is his name? Not Snorpy. Yeah, Snorpy. Upgrades all your weapons into murder versions.
Oh, shit!
So the trap, as he describes it, is like the regular trap, but on puree mode. So it just launches them. It doesn't cut them up or anything. But so you get, and the grappling hook has a boxing glove now that you're shooting.
Really like cartoonishly violent.
It is
just like splattering all over the place.
Yeah, splattering strawberry juice all over everything, and
no, it wasn't all that. But characters can die in the final mission.
What? Oh, wow!
If you don't fight well enough, it didn't happen to me because it's easy. But if you don't fight well enough, I found out characters can die. And you get a worse ending depending on how many or a sadder ending or something. I don't know how much it affects the endings. I couldn't find it on YouTube yet, at least. But people can die. It can legit just be you and Philbo if you do a terrible job. Wow. That get out of there because Philbo's getting the ship ready.
Okay.
So everyone else can die except for you and Philbo.
Interesting.
When you get out of there, get off the island, you're on this beach on a neighboring island watching it go like crazy, like steam coming off from the volcano and stuff. And everyone's like, damn, we are never going back there. And when you go back to report to your boss from the beginning of the game, they completely cover up the fact that BugSnax are real just to keep people away. It's like, so
the island might not be dead.
No, the island's not dead.
Okay.
I doubt the island's dead.
I thought maybe the volcano might have killed all the BugSnax or something.
But since BugSnax weren't real, you got fired.
And, bullshit!
Oh, no.
And Philbo hired you for his mayoral campaign because he's running for mayor of whatever city. And he wins. You see in the end credits, you get a little picture of all the characters doing their thing. He wins.
Wow.
He's the mayor now. And
do they all move to the same town, or
I guess so.
They split up.
I'm not sure. They kind of like.
They all kind of seem to hate each other, at least at the beginning.
No, they all like each other, and at the end, like I said, it's wholesome, but it is a nightmare toward the end.
That is awesome.
But you have a little final conversation on that beach, and then Philbo's like, "Look, I'm not going home looking like this because he's all snacked out." And he's like, "Can I stay at your place till the BugSnax wear off?" And it's like, "Yeah, sure." And that's when you go to talk to your boss and stuff. Credits playing. It's playing that catchy BugSnax song we all know. And that I think there might be another song in the end credits. Then there's a cliffhanger.
Oh, yes.
BugSnax 2's coming. Snorpy is always, like, he's got a real case of paranoia for the Grumpinati. Which,
of course,
it's Illuminati. But, so, the whole time he's talking about these Grumpinati, everyone thinks he's paranoid. He's not. Your boss is in contact with basically Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. So this guy's like, do they suspect anything? And she's like, from what I can tell, they're all idiots. But they might be trying to cover it up. I don't know. And then they're just like talking about like keep an eye on them, make sure they do not leak that BugSnax exist. These people know. The Grumpinati knows. And they are in the second one, I guarantee it. And like they can't.
So you were part of a test, probably.
Maybe. I don't know. Lisbeth did her own thing. I don't know. But yeah, the Grumpinati's real. The BugSnax conspiracy is being covered up. Your boss is in on it. It's a big deal. And then at the end, a little strawberry crawls off your ship.
Oh.
BugSnax 2 is coming.
So they're like infecting the other world, potentially? Like
they are potentially out now, yeah.
Like what Jurassic World is doing whenever that sequel comes out.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs and...
So the BugSnax are on the mainland now, seemingly, and I did not expect.
I can't believe it took that turn.
Yeah.
I couldn't either. These stupid cartoon walruses with the real human issues. That's what shocked me at first. I was like, dang, all right, we're going here.
And then
it's a Lovecraftian nightmare hive mind of cute little snack bugs. So all these cute little strawbies. Oh, that was one of my favorite weapons. That they put spikes on the hamster ball, and you're just like,
oh my god, that's amazing.
But the little strawberry in your bubble, he's not your friend. None of these BugSnax are your friend. They are trying to slowly and surely take over your body and mind and add you to the BugSnax.
What does Gramble think about that?
Oh, he was...
They're his kids.
He was kind of horrified. He was like, I can't believe my kid would do this. I thought they loved me. And Wiggle was like, darling, we gotta get out of here. You don't need them. And he was like, I know. God!
Wow.
That game took such a turn that I was 100% not anticipating. I loved it.
Yeah.
The game, it's a great game.
I figured it was just going to be like, oh, cute, it's bugs.
Nope. Nope.
Wow.
And like I said, I knew something was off immediately, but I didn't think it was going to be addressed fully. But, like, Jesus. Oh, I love BugSnax. I can't wait for 2. It was a good time.
Yeah, I'm having fun. Yeah, I just started it, but it's definitely fun. I'm getting real, like, Pokemon Snap vibes and stuff from it. But that's what we've been playing. Pikmin 3 was a fun ride. Aaron's stacking shit with UFOs or whatever.
And I couldn't sleep last night.
And
BugSnax!
The BugSnax and the Grumpinati are real. So, hope y'all enjoyed hearing us talk about that. If you're interested in them, please let us know, like, what you're most excited for about these games. And let us know what you're currently playing and how it's making you feel and if it's worth it, because it might give us some ideas for us to add to our backlog. So, hope y'all like the video. Stay tuned to more Brotrio stuff in the future, and we'll catch y'all next time.
I'ma lift your crib, dog!